In 2010, deep beneath the Egyptian desert, archaeologists excavating the tomb of a 13th century mayor named Thomas uncovered a sealed, shattered jar. Mass spectrometry of the solidified mass inside identified specific milk and whey proteins. This was a piece of solid cheese modified into a stable form intended to last indefinitely. For early humans, milk was a nutritional goldmine. But it came with a biological flaw. Exposed to the intense desert heat, it spoiled almost immediately. Around 8000 BCE, a nomad stored fresh milk in a makeshift pouch made from an animal's stomach before setting off on a long journey. Animal stomachs naturally contain an enzyme called rennet. When combined with the sloshing motion of travel and the heat of the sun, that rennet triggered a chemical reaction in the milk. The enzyme caused the milk to curdle, separating into solid protein blocks called curds, while the lactose-heavy liquid whey drains away. What remains is a dense concentration of fat and protein. By isolating these nutrients, early herders bypassed the fast-acting bacteria that cause rot. They turned a highly perishable liquid into a stable survival tool, allowing them to travel further and maintain sustained nutrition. When the Roman Empire began its rapid expansion, they recognized the logistical power of this survival tool. Feeding a massive, marching army required heavy calories that wouldn't spoil in the supply train. They scaled up production, heavily salting and pressing the curds to draw out even more moisture. This created dense, hard blocks of cheese, specifically designed to survive months on the road. As Roman legions marched across the continent, they brought these advanced preservation techniques with them, introducing rennet-based cheesemaking to populations across northern and western Europe. Cheesemaking served as a critical piece of military infrastructure. The calories packed into those dense wheels physically fueled the soldiers conquering the known world. After the fall of the empire, the craft retreated to isolated environments like the Swiss Alps. Here, brutal, snowed-in winters made preserving summer milk a matter of life and death. Alpine farmers adapted by heating and pressing their curds into massive, low-moisture wheels, effectively hoarding thousands of calories in cold storage to last until the spring thaw. Meanwhile, across medieval Europe, the preservation process moved into the quiet, heavily regulated cellars of Benedictine and Cistercian monasteries. With time and disciplined routines, monks experimented. They adjusted salt levels, altered aging temperatures, and allowed local ambient molds to interact with the curds, creating highly specific regional flavors. Through the pressures of alpine winters and the rigor of monastic record-keeping, a crude nomadic survival mechanism evolved into an exact, sophisticated food science. By the 17th century, European explorers and merchants were sailing the globe. When Portuguese sailors settled in the bustling trade ports of Bengal, India, they brought their craving for fresh cheese with them. They hit an immediate cultural barrier. The traditional European method required animal rennet, which violated Islamic dietary laws and deeply held Hindu taboos against harming cattle. To bypass this, locals stabilized the curdling process using botanical acidulants like citrus juice or vinegar. This chemical shift achieved the necessary separation without violating religious beliefs. Because acid reacts differently, it produces a mild, spongy solid that easily absorbs rich, complex spices. This direct chemical pivot created Indian fresh cheeses like paneer and chena, providing the foundation for countless savory dishes and famous Bengali sweets. The underlying chemistry of dairy proved remarkably adaptable, seamlessly hybridizing with local environments to respect the deepest beliefs of entirely different cultures. From a nomadic necessity in the desert, to a Roman military ration, to a refined monastic craft, cheese spent 8,000 years threading its way across the globe. In the 19th and 20th centuries, cheesemaking moved into centralized factories. Producers prioritized absolute uniformity and maximum shelf life, replacing regional variation with standardized mass-produced outputs. This drive for volume led to the packaged commercial products that dominate modern grocery store shelves today. But today, consumers are increasingly seeking out local artisans who are returning to the handmade, geographically distinct roots of the craft. Cheese serves as an edible map of human history. Every rind and flavor profile holds the residue of our ancient trade routes, our military conquests, and our cultural fusions. The next time you slice into a sharp aged cheddar or a piece of fresh paneer, you are tasting 8,000 years of human ingenuity. If you want to explore hidden histories hiding in plain sight, subscribe to Roots of Routine.
Subscribe to us for more such videos.